but that caused some issues in the past. It was quite confusing. So we were renamed and Community Inclusion Activity Team. So we chose community because we want to enable children and young people with a disability and or additional need, as well as their families, to access activities in their local community. Inclusion, because we want them to feel included, particularly in their local community. Activity, because we signpost children and young people to opportunities where they can access regular clubs, as well as activities during school holidays. We offer some of these activities ourselves, but we do work with many organisations who offer some great activities, like surfing, certainly something we couldn't do. All this information is available in our online calendar and club booklet. And team, because we cover all of Somerset and our team work directly with referred families, offering support, information, guidance, as well as delivering activities ourselves. We are part of the wider Children with Disabilities team. So our aims, we aim to provide really good quality services that offer fun and positive experiences for children with a disability or additional need aged 0 to 18, particularly where they're unable to easily access other activities in their local community. I think that's really important. We also provide access to activities that help with personal, social and educational development, providing parents and carers, hopefully, with a valuable break, giving them time to have a rest, pursue other interests, spend time with other family members, siblings. And finally, to offer a range of services which are suitable to meet the individual needs of all disabled children and young people. So this is a statutory service, providing services and support under the Chronically Sick and Disabled Persons Act 1970. So in order to produce our inclusive activities calendar and club booklet, the council hold a grant funding process. So they grant fund a variety of providers to deliver these inclusive activities during school holidays and clubs during term time. These have to be inclusive and available to all children and young people with a disability or additional need who live in Somerset. So that's the criteria. So in order to review these applications, we hold a grant panel where all applications are reviewed by representatives from the PCF, Early Support Team, Commissioning, Engagement and Participation Officer, and the Unstoppables Young Persons Champion. This gives us a really good chance to have different viewpoints and conversations around what will meet the needs of the young people across Somerset. So once they are chosen, they are included in our calendar or booklet, which is shared via the local offer website, Somerset Send Local Offer Facebook page, Parent and Carer Forum, Send newsletter, and via Senkos. We try and use as many routes as we can to get that information out to families. And we also aim to keep the activities as fun and varied as possible. For instance, Nova Sports do some great ones. They do surfing, bouldering, gymnastics, skiing. There's also lots around animal care, arts and crafts, multi-sports, exploring nature, activity packs and more. We are always looking for new providers to broaden our area of our offer, of inclusive activities. This can be really tricky because we can see there's gaps in provision across Somerset, but unless providers in those areas come forward and apply for grant funding, there's not a lot we can do. So we are aware and we're constantly going out to areas and trying to see if there are any providers who we can encourage to apply for funding. So the team themselves, we run family days and young persons days during school holidays. Family days are a great opportunity for parents and carers and siblings to all come along and take part in an activity day. For instance, a trip to Noah's Ark Zoo at All Creeley, Coordinators will be on site to provide support and offer a base to families. For October half term, we are going to Creeley, and there are still spaces available. And then we also hold Young Persons Days, which gives parents and carers a chance to drop off their child aged between 8 and 18 at a group supervised activity, such as a trip to Mill on the Brew or Hollywood Bowl. We're actually going to Hollywood Bowl in Yeovil and in Taunton for October half term. And again, there are some spaces available, so please do get the word out there. So young people new to our service will need to attend with a parent or carer for the first visit, or if they require one-to-one support, they will need to come with that provision. So we also run monthly clubs. They started from September this year, which is really nice after COVID. We hold family drop-in clubs at Mendip School and at Polden Bower. So these clubs are a great opportunity to speak to one of our coordinators for advice, information and support. Also gives the children an opportunity to have some fun, play games, arts and crafts. There's always lots of different activities they can take part in while the parents have a chat and hopefully get some peer support there as well. And we've also restarted our teen clubs, which run on the east and west of the county. These are once a month and are a great opportunity for young people to build friendships, develop interpersonal and life skills. So feedback, we're always really interested in feedback following our activities and clubs. They really give us a good insight into what's working well or what isn't working well for parents and young people attending. But feedback is generally really positive. Thank you for providing a lovely session. My son was very nervous, but he loved every moment. Thank you so much for an awesome day. I loved it. I liked all my new friends. A big, big thank you. I think that's one thing that the team really, really enjoy is when you see young people building their confidence, their self-esteem and forming friendships. It's really, really precious. It's really nice to see. So the team also offer activity day passes and Max cards. These are for families who have a child with a disability or additional need and reside in Somerset, so it's the same criteria. Activity day passes, these are available to book throughout the year by emailing the CIA team. We've got family passes for Hestercombe, for the Wild Place, Abbotsbury, Puxton Park, Court Farm, Country Park, Fern Animal Sanctuary and Noah's Ark. There's also Max cards that offer discounted entry to a number of attractions. There's many on their website, but a few are Flip Out, Peakorama, Minehead Eye. And these are free, so you just have to drop us a line and we can arrange that for you. Another area of our team, of work that our team does is referrals into the service, so we can offer time-limited support, so that we can give families information, advice, signposting, and help with possible funding to help you access local communities. There is a criteria for this service, so the child must have a diagnosed disability or currently be going through the process of an assessment. They must have an EHCP, Education, Health and Care Plan, or be in receipt of disability living allowance or personal independence payments. So this involves a coordinator coming out, visiting the family, completing an early support record and plan. This is to identify any short break needs and to agree an action plan to meet those needs. So if after the assessment it's identified that the family have greater needs than our service can support them with, then they'll be stepped up to the Somerset supporters team or early support team if targeted support needs are identified. So in order to access this service, you need to call Somerset Direct. Their number is 0300 123 2224 to request an assessment. So feedback from referrals again has been really good. Thank you so much for your visit. It was nice to see you and have a chat. Can't wait for the trips now. I think it's a good opportunity for families to hear a bit more in depth about activities available in their area. Our team will go through the calendar, the booklet, the Max cards, the activity passes, so that they can really talk them through what is available for their family and in that area. Other feedback, thank you for your email and for guiding us through the process. It was really helpful to talk about the different things that are out there to support my child. You've completely blown me away with how well you've listened and put everything into words. So that's always really lovely to hear. So that's my presentation.